Oh yeah.
Why you wanna?
Action.
You wanna add that in?
I don't care.
Or you can be the dubstep while I'm talking. Whew. All right. What's up, everyone? It's a great start. All right. You might wanna turn down the volume.
Okay.
All right. So today we're talking about Kick-Ass 2. All right. We just barely came back from the movie, and I want to post the reactions as soon as possible because if a lot of time passes, I might not feel passionate enough to talk about it, or I might just get lazy. So I want to talk about it right now. And the one word I can use to describe the movie is, eh. You know, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, I loved the first movie. I even have it on Blu-ray. Laughed throughout the whole movie. So many good jokes. You know, it was funny. And it was supposed to be funny. This movie went into a completely different direction. I don't know what they were trying to do with it. First of all, Kick-Ass isn't supposed to be a superhero movie from the get-go. It was supposed to be a parody and basically make fun of superheroes and, you know, the whole concept. But this movie basically turned into another superhero movie. And it didn't feel like a parody. And when it did, the jokes, I mean, it's still a comedy. They still try to insert a lot of jokes in there, but a lot of them fell flat. I only laughed once or twice throughout the whole movie. Only one or two lines delivered. The other ones were really cheesy, I like to say. And yeah, Kick-Ass 2, definitely not better than the first one. It doesn't match the excellence of the first one as a comedy, as what it was supposed to be. This one is really dark, really dark. You got a lot of characters dying, you know.
Wow, spoiler.
Well, I'm not saying who it is. I'm saying you're gonna see a lot of deaths in this movie. Bad guys, you know. What are they called? Just regular people dying. Good guys who try to save the world dying. You got all kinds of people dying, and it felt really dark at times. It didn't feel like the zany, you know, goofy silliness of the first one. So that kind of fell off. Again, if this wasn't a Kick-Ass movie, if the name wasn't Kick-Ass or the characters weren't the same from Kick-Ass, I think it would be a pretty epic superhero movie. Actually, it'd be a much better superhero movie than most superhero movies nowadays. The problem is it's not supposed to be a superhero movie. It's supposed to be funny, really funny, like the first one. It's supposed to have great characters who you grow to like. You know, the main villain of this movie is the motherfucker played by Christopher Mintz-Plasse. He's okay. He's a okay villain. Then he has a whole gang this time around. Mother Russia. I already forgot the other guys' names, but let's see. What else do I have to add? Do you have anything now? Like to comment?
No.
No, you don't have anything to say? Jim Carrey was in this movie. You know, he was he was good.
No,
He wasn't good? You didn't like his performance? He was pretty good. I mean, it's not the Jim Carrey you know. He had a completely different voice. His teeth were complete. What do you mean? That's how, as an actor, that's how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be different. Not the same goofball every single movie. That's the problem with most comedians. They're the same person every movie. Jim Carrey actually tried this time around. Instead of being himself in every single movie, he actually tried to be a completely different guy. His face, I don't know, his face looked really different. It's really, how do you explain it?
Deformed.
Not deformed, but really can't put...
Not Jim Carrey.
It's really angular or something like that. You could see it's really his face is really muscular in the movie. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. How do you explain it? Muscular, whatever. When you have like really whatever. Anyways, yeah, he looked completely different. His teeth looked really different. So as a performance, Jim Carrey did great. I think the best performance was probably by Chloe Moretz, right? No, seriously. She
Why?
probably did. I mean, she had to. She had a lot of emotions in the movie. She had to cry. She had to, act like a douchebag at times. She had to, smile or laugh or say like every single curse word in the vocabulary. As an actor, she delivered. She was actually probably the best part. And let's see, Kick-Ass, completely different now. What else? I just actually I don't want this to be a review. Let's make it a spoiler review, right? Let's put some spoilers in, or at least I'll bring some examples. The jokes. The problem with the jokes are they carry on, and at first, for instance, let's say there's a scene in the movie. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, the motherfucker, or Chris, I forgot his name, his last name. He's in the bedroom with, he's in his mom's bedroom trying to find some stuff, and then his bodyguard's over there, played by John Leguizamo, and so John Leguizamo, he delivers a very interesting line. What does he say again? He's like, "I like your mother's guns," or something like that. And then the motherfucker, I don't know if I should call him that, responds with, "Oh, you're sick, man. You're judging my mom's titties after, I guess it's a spoiler. After she's dead, I'll put the spoiler thing. After she's dead, and you're like, I totally saw that coming. It's not like, oh, that's funny. I didn't see that. And then there's another example. He's working on his costume, and he's just like trying to pull on the zipper, and it
funny.
clearly looks like he's jacking off. So you already know what's coming. And then his dad comes in and is like, "Oh, what you doing? What are you doing?" And for some reason he covers his costume because he doesn't want that. Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, like, you totally saw what's coming. These jokes are so obvious, and they've been done plenty of times, and a lot of times they fall flat. A lot of lame comebacks. It's like, what do you say again? "Oh, look who's here." It's like, oh, he's like, "Chris." Kick-Ass is calling out to Chris, the villain, motherfucker. He's like, "That's not my name." It's like, "Oh, I forgot. Your new name is Little Bitch." You're like, oh, come on, that's so cheesy and lame. I mean, the comebacks fall flat too. So the jokes suck. It's not funny at all. The movie, like I said, is pretty dramatic. It gets really dark towards the second half of the movie. People start dying, And what else do I have to add? I don't know. So you have nothing else to say?
Yeah.
Really? You said the movie is so bad when you don't have anything to add. Why is it bad? Why did you think it was bad?
Well, you covered it. So.
Because it's not funny?
Yeah.
Basically, the movie is bad not because of its quality. I mean,
And
the quality as in comedic quality, but quality as a movie, it's pretty good. I mean, critics have to bitch about. Oh, one thing is kind of the producers, the filmmakers behind this movie had a lot of balls, because it got pretty awkward at times, because all of a sudden you have Chloe Moretz, which is like, how old is she now? She's 16. But in the movie, she was 15.
Oh.
And then, like, all of a sudden, she's, like, going out with high school. Like, it looks like he's a senior or something. He's like, "Oh, you want to go out on a date?" It's like, okay, sure. It just looks odd. It's kind of awkward. I mean, I don't know if we want to go into, like, really clear spoilers. But I guess since we already spoiled the movie, basically at the end, since you guys already watched it, basically she kisses Dave, Kick-Ass, and it was like, whoa, that's weird. And he's not even in. This is the weirdest thing. So let me get this straight. In the first Kick-Ass, Mindy was 11 years old. She was like in what, elementary school, Yeah, she was probably in elementary school, or she didn't even go to school at all, like because she didn't want to. Well, I mean, because she didn't want to, and Dave was in high school, and I'm guessing he looked pretty one of the older high schoolers, so I'm guessing he was a senior. And then it's like 5 years later, and then what the hell? Mindy is now in the same high school as he is.
He could have been in 9th grade.
She could have been in 9th grade?
He could have been.
Yeah, he looked like a 9th grader in Kick-Ass.
She doesn't look like she's 15. She looks like a 5-year-old.
Oh, really?
Like
you think she
looks like a 10-year-old.
Are you serious?
Are you kidding me?
I don't think so.
She's short.
No, she isn't.
She looks like a 10-year-old. She looks nothing like 15.
I think she looks pretty mature for her age. But that's not the point. The point is, I have no idea how that makes sense. Mindy is now attending high school when Dave is still attending. I would have thought he would be in college by now, but no. It'd be pretty funny. In the next Kick-Ass, they're still going to be in the same school. I guess the whole purpose of that was for convenience sake. It's kind of messy, but and another thing, it's kind of weird, but like I'm wondering how much money does Mindy have? Because she seems like she's pretty rich. You know, she has a lot of dollar bills in her pocket because the swear jar or whatever. She's been cursing a lot, and they're like, and it shows the jar which is filled with money. Like, oh yeah, haha. She swears a lot, so it's filled. I'm like, where does she get all those? Not only money, but dollar bills. Do you see like people carrying around like $100 bills in their wallet or pocket?
When she gave that chick that like stat.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know, where did that come from. I don't know. Did she take it off her dad or something? I don't know.
Marcus.
Maybe. But then again, why did she have like $100 bills? That makes no sense. So the swear jar or whatever, it was kind of stupid or weird. Anyways, yeah, it kind of felt awkward at times, but I've got to give them props for, having the balls to pull off something like that, because America, they're paranoid about everything. Oh God, it's pedophilia. Oh no. And then, but they actually that's another thing I like about the movie. It's kind of unique in its own way because it's so over the top and crazy. It's a crazy movie. You got like every single silly thing happening in it, like legs getting cut off, like really over the top stuff, like a woman carrying a freaking police car door and smacking some cop with it, and like bringing a rocket launcher to a funeral, and what are the crazy things? Like all kinds of crazy, zany, silly stuff. It was pretty awesome. It pulled off a lot of stuff. It had the balls to do a lot of things. There was a lot of racist jokes in there. Huh? No. There were a lot of racist jokes, and that kind of stuff. A lot of it's actually the quite opposite. Political correct. It had no political correctness bullshit in it, okay? Like most, comedy movies, even nowadays, have some political correctness in it. And, yeah, I was thinking about something. What was I going to say? Crap, I'm gonna edit this out anyways.
Really?
Well, yeah, it was a long period. What else was I gonna say? Political correctness. Something about... Shut up. I don't know. I had something to say.
You played... correct.
Thank God there's video editing software nowadays. You can edit anything out. Yeah, there's nothing else here. See, I covered a whole lot of topics. You didn't cover all. You're just like, yeah, what he said. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
What is there to add?
Deliver, contribute to this conversation.
No.
What was your worst thing about Kick-Ass 2?
How the Russian is fighting the 15-year-old.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. The first Kick-Ass movie, what I liked about it was actually realistic. Like it felt like, oh, it's just an average guy trying to be a superhero. This is funny shit, It was realistic until the very end, when they're riding off with a freaking jetpack. That was kind of stupid. Well, not stupid, but it went beyond the tone of the movie. The jetpack. Remember when they left that building? And then they blew that guy up with a rocket launcher. Remember the
the
jetpack
first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about. The very end. But now this movie is completely. It's unrealistic. A lot of things in the movie are unrealistic, which completely contradicts the first one, which is what made the first one so good. It's like this average day citizen just wants to be a superhero. He goes out into the streets and gets beat up. No, this one, he's just like punching like 5 guys at once. He's so strong all of a sudden, he's a superhero. He gets beat up at the very end, but that's like, it's not going to happen. Unless you're freaking training for years and you're some kung fu master, you're not gonna take out 5 guys at once in an alleyway. It was stupid. Like I said, it turned into a superhero movie. Instead of making fun of it, it was another superhero movie and embraced the cliches of superhero movies, like everything you would expect from a superhero movie. Family members dying and they're grieving and coming back stronger. It's all in there, all those cliches. Yeah, it was unrealistic. You have Mother Russia, the villain. She's just like killing every cop that comes out of a cop car. There's like 5 cop cars that pull in a neighborhood. It's just like taking it out, pulling guns out and shooting 2 of them. Freaking putting a lawnmower. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Stupid. But at the same time, it contradicts the tone of the first one. And you got this lawnmower launching at the cops and blood spilling everywhere, gore. And it was unrealistic. That was just... And you have, like, rocket launchers in a funeral, again, over-the-top stuff. I don't think it's as over-the-top. Well, it could be.
And Christopher Mintz-Plasse survived.
I wouldn't call that. I think it's pretty cool. It makes sense.
He falls and...
Yeah, okay, his legs are impaled, right? Decapitated.
So how did he get out?
Well, the legs got eaten by the shark, but maybe somehow he got out. I mean, It makes sense. It was somehow.
It was like a tall...
Okay, hold on. People escape sharks all the time. There are a lot of people that have escaped shark attacks with no legs, but they escaped nonetheless. He had, like, bruises all over him, cuts, but he's still alive. And I'm guessing, this is a prediction, I'm guessing for Kick-Ass 3, if it ever happens. I've heard the box office has been disappointing for the movie. But if Kick-Ass 3 happens, I'm sure he's going to be in a wheelchair or something. And I don't think he's going to be the main villain. He's probably going to be like the second or third villain, always popping up in scenes with the wheelchair. I'm going to kill Kick-Ass now. And yeah, at the very end, another cliche in superhero movies. Dave is just holding his hand before he falls. He's like, don't do this. He's like, it's just done in every superhero movie. Like, you don't... well, I mean, like, when the superhero, the goody two-shoes, holds on to the villain's hand before he falls, and all of a sudden there's a change of heart. I can save you after all. After you killed my fucking dad, I can still save you. And that was another cliche bullshit. Yeah, so the movie is not very good. If you're expecting Kick-Ass, if you're expecting another Kick-Ass movie, the movie is awful. If you're expecting just dark...
But they already saw it. So.
Oh, yeah. So, never mind. Unless you don't care about spoilers and you haven't seen the movie yet. But anyways, it's a semi-dark, sometimes dark, sometimes silly superhero movie. It's another superhero movie, so basically, after countless superhero movies this summer, it's another superhero movie. So, Kick-Ass 2, what would you give it out of 5 stars?
Like 2.5?
2.5? I'd give it 2 out of 5 stars, probably. The quality of the movie was never sacrificed. It was never bad or anything. Nothing... I mean, there are logical, things that happened. Things that didn't make any sense. And jokes that fell flat. And completely different than Kick-Ass. But as a movie, I can't rate it a 1 or a 0.5 out of 10. I mean, out of 5, because that would mean it's unwatchable. Kick-Ass 2 isn't unwatchable. It just gets boring because it's not that funny anymore like the first one was. And plus, we went in with the expectations that it was going to be exactly the same thing as Kick-Ass, except continuing on with the story. But it wasn't. It was completely different.
Mm-hmm. What? You're expecting it, so...
Well, I was expecting it to suck, but I didn't know it was going to be a completely different tone. I thought it was going to be the same tone, but just felt cheesy and ruined the jokes from the first one. I didn't think it was going to be dark and complete unrealistic and like another superhero movie. So in this regard, critics got it right with a 22% on Metacritic and a 41 on Metacritic. No, a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes and 41 on Metacritic. I know my stuff. But like, before I went to see this movie, why I usually don't listen to the critics during comedies. Actually, we'll talk about this another time. I'll say I want to save that for another rant. So, Kick-Ass 2, a 2 out of 5 stars, yeah. So, that's it. You have anything to add at all?
Yeah.
Who was your favorite performance? Who was your favorite character?
Probably Hit Girl.
Hit Girl was your favorite performance, and Hit Girl was your favorite character?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, Motherfucker was pretty good as a villain. But the best of the superheroes, Hit Girl, and the best of the villains. Oh, Mother Russia was pretty badass. It was pretty cool, right, Kenny? She like freaking. She was a badass. Like a Motherfucker was just like a comedic villain, like comic relief. He wasn't like badass or anything. So he was a comic relief. Mother Russia was a badass, super ripped, villain. So yeah. Favorite character, Hey Girl. Just like the first one, or Big Daddy, but yeah. Alright, see you later, guys. Keep it tuned. I'm actually planning on doing a end of the summer review, going over how the movies of the summer, shaped out to be. But, alright, see you later, guys. Until later.
Adios.